Injection molding is expensive. So, from a manufacturing perspective, being myself Brick Tactical, I totally understand why LEGO doesn't want to make their own molds for different droid blasters, clone trooper blasters. I totally understand it. But some of the things we've gotten in the past years are just subpar, and it is very frustrating to a lot of Star Wars fans and also LEGO fans. We've seen the LEGO film camera piece used as a blaster for Star Wars. We've seen what was originally a police megaphone or amplifier used if you switch it 180 and add a stud onto it as the original classic blaster for most Star Wars sets. And then they finally delved deep, developed their own blaster and rifle, but they've kind of stopped using that piece here and there. It's very spotty. I never understood the consistency or inconsistency behind why they use that piece sometimes and sometimes they don't. And then they've also added, adding lightsaber hilts on the end of those parts to make them more of like the carbine version, and then another part on the end to make it look more like the rifle version of the DC-15 clone rifle. Once again, in all honesty, I get where they're coming from with this. They don't want to develop new weapons, and they very much are staying away from anything weapon related. These are once again blasters in their mind, and they don't want to go any further than this. So I personally don't see LEGO going any further than what they're doing already, but that is why I've come in and I've created my own Star Wars blasters to go with your LEGO minifigures. So these blasters, I have 9 versions. They're available on my website, link in the description. I've got 9 versions that cover pretty much the basis of Star Wars fans, the main blasters for your army builders. So we have everything from the clone pistol, rifle, carbine, we have the droid blaster, we have the stormtrooper blaster, we have the Delta Squad DC-17 sniper and commando blaster. I also have the clone rocket launcher, which is another great addition, as well as the clone minigun. As you can see, they are way more detailed and realistic than the LEGO counterparts. So if you guys want just a little added detail and to make them look more accurate, this is a great opportunity for you guys to enhance your LEGO minifigures. Now, they're only 50 cents a piece, and they're injection molded ABS plastic, just like LEGO parts. You can see here some video footage of me running the injection mold in my injection molding machine downstairs in my shop, and I've been making thousands upon thousands of these. You guys love these, and they're only 50 cents each. One more thing before we take an up-close look at all these blasters, I want to show you guys the sprue that all of these come on when they come out of the injection mold, out of the injection molding machine. So around every 30 seconds, once the plastic is completely cooled down, this mold will open up, this whole sprue will eject from the mold, and then you'll have all of these parts that have to be twisted off, and then you have the finished product. So you can see I'm getting one of each part and then one of each part for the minigun, and I am getting a pair of the DC-17 blasters every shot, and that's what we call every cycle or shot. It's the same terminology, and I just want to show you guys the sprue is the actual piece of plastic you see here that kind of looks like a tree, and it's going off to all the different cavities of the mold, and each of the parts are connected by a gate, which is what it's called. So it goes from the sprue to the gate to the cavity of the part, and that's what you see here. So like I said, I'm making a bunch of these, and then we have to manually sort them, and then obviously count them and package them, and then they go out to you guys. So that's what this looks like, kind of some behind the scenes. I thought you guys would enjoy that. And let's go ahead and now go in depth and show you guys these up close and personal. All right, let's start off with probably one of the most popular ones. It's the DC-15 rifle. So obviously, all your clone troopers are going to have one of these. I've noticed through watching the Clone Wars throughout my whole childhood and my life, it seems like it's a mix of these and the carbine versions between clone troopers. I've noticed sometimes they use these more as a sniper position. There's a couple famous scenes like Echo and Fives on the Battle of Kamino using these, but there's a couple scenarios where sometimes you only see clones with these rifles, and sometimes you've seen them with just the carbine. So it's cool to have this one. This one's definitely one of the most popular ones I sell. I sell a lot of these every month, so I really appreciate that support. But like I said, it's a great upgrade from the LEGO version of this rifle. The LEGO one, I mean, it definitely does look more like the rifle, but it's just not accurate enough. So I think this is a great balance of detail, but then also keeping that LEGO look and feel. And speaking of the carbine, let's go ahead and take a look at the carbine. So this is the DC-15S blaster carbine, and this is another nice one. You see, like I said, anywhere from just your standard grunts using this to you even see like Cody and Rex using this throughout the seasons of the Clone Wars, and then of course in the live actions and whatnot. So this is a very famous one, and it's just nice. And it's also cool to see all of these are based off of, World War II and modern military weapons that George Lucas loved. So that's some backstory for you guys to go off on. But once again, detail is very minimalistic, but it definitely gets the point across. Let's go ahead and take a look at the minigun, another one of my favorites and another really popular one. Like I said, to get 3 pieces of injection molded custom parts for 50 cents is an extremely good deal. Now, let me go on a side tangent real quick. Why would I sell these for so cheap? There's other manufacturers out there in the third-party world of Lego that are making these, selling them all the way up to $10 a piece, and then there's people selling them for $3 a piece. And I came in and I decided to sell them for 50 cents a piece. Why would I do that? Well, I wanted to get these out to as many people as as many custom Lego people as possible with that lower price point. And also, I wanted to prove a point that these are made in the USA. All the other brands out there are made overseas, and I wanted to prove a point that you can make a high quality product in the USA. And it really just comes down to, do you want to make a lot of money, or do you want to just make an awesome product and still make money? I'm still making money off these. Obviously, I'd be making a lot more if I was selling them for $2, $3 a piece, but I still wanted to break that kind of barrier and show you guys, hey, I can do this at a great cost for you guys, and I'm still making money, so everyone's happy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the DC-17 blaster. So this is for Delta Squad or your commandos. It's really cool to see this one. I am a huge Delta Squad fan from back when I was like, I don't know, maybe 8 years old. So it's really cool to finally have this version in Lego with, once again, very minimalistic detail, but it gets the point across of what it is. And then we also have the sniper variant of this. So a little bit longer barrel. It's got the flash hider on the end, which is kind of a trapezoid shape. It's very infamous for that shape. And I definitely want to maybe do another version of this. There's a version, I believe it's got like a flashlight and a grenade launcher on it. So that might be coming soon. I know a lot of people ask about that. So that's the Commando Sniper there. Let's go ahead and switch things up real quick. Let's go to the Trooper Blaster is what I call it on my website. It's basically the E11 from the classic Stormtroopers. So if you guys want to upgrade, once again, those boring Lego blasters to something that's higher quality, looks better, it's got that detail, and I mean, if you look at any Lego blaster, like the Stormtrooper blaster is very iconic because it's based off of the Sterling SMG, and I think it's really cool to have the scope on the top of this, and it just looks really nice, and it's just, everybody knows what a Stormtrooper blaster is. I feel like more people know what a Stormtrooper blaster is than what they do a clone blaster, just because of how long the Stormtrooper blaster has been around, since, what is it, the 70s or whenever the first Star Wars came out. So I think that's really cool. Let's go ahead and go back to something Clone Wars. This is the rocket launcher. This was something that I wanted to put out there because I never saw someone do it quite perfect, in my opinion. So I wanted it to be, like I said, it's very simple, but there's a couple key shapings to this that I wanted to make sure we got right, and I think we nailed it. So I'm excited to have those out so you guys can have these for your heavy clone troopers, or I've also seen people use this for World War II and even modern military. So there's a lot of endless possibilities with this, so I'm glad I made it. Let's go ahead and move on to the DC-17 Blaster pistol. So this is the famous pistol that you see a lot of people, like let's say Commander Rex, for example, with a pair of them. They've got them by their side in their holsters, and it's always cool to have a minifigure, dual wielding pistols, akimbo style. So this is a really simple part, but it's definitely one of the most popular ones. I sell a lot of these as well. And like I said, 50 cents a piece, you can't go wrong. And, you always need them in pairs. So that's the great thing about them. Let's go ahead and move on to the Droid Blaster. This is another one that I wanted to make sure I included in this injection mold because I knew a lot of people, if they're going to be having blaster upgrades to their clone troopers, they're going to want them for their droid army as well. And this is just a simple, like I said, all of these are simple upgrades, but they make a huge difference in the aesthetics of the minifigure. So Droid Blaster is another really popular one that I sell. It's just super clean. I love the venting details on the barrel. Once again, super clean, super straightforward, and I'm excited I made it. So that is going to do it for all of the blasters that I've made currently, or at least in this injection mold. I have made a couple others. I have made the BT-35 blaster carbine and pistol. That's my version of the Mandalorian blaster and then the carbine version. And then I've also made the quad blaster, the dual blaster cannon, as well as the sentry gun. These are all things that I'm going to be doing separate videos on, but I'm just letting you guys know. I'll put a link in the description for my website, and it's going to be the blaster page. So you'll see all of these on one page so you guys can check them out. Go ahead and support me. That's the best way to support me. Getting these on my website directly supports me. I appreciate it. And if you guys want some more detail for your minifigures, this is the best way to do it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Let me know what you guys thought of the thumbnail, the overall quality of everything. All of that is great feedback. And make sure you guys subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000. And I'll see you guys in another video. Peace out.